Oh, hey, let me show you the exact system that we use to book 20 demos a week with Apollo, Singulate, and Instantly. Ready? Okay, so let's say you're in Apollo here, or this could be any data platform. It could be Clay, it could be ZoomInfo, wherever you're getting your lead list from. Take that list, aim for a couple thousand of leads that you know are going to be interested in your product or service. Go ahead and export, select the full list, come over to export, and download this as a CSV, right? With me? Then come on over to Singulate. And here with Singulate, you can upload that list as a CSV. The next phase is mapping those fields to attributes. It's very simple, and it ends up looking like this. So here we've got all the Apollo data here within Singulate. This should all kind of look familiar, right? Once you've uploaded this in for each person, you're ready to go and create a campaign. So over in a campaign, I've got one here. This is where you're able to leverage that data to create hyper-personalized content using these three features. So I'm going to open List Insights. You'll see contact profiles, so real people on your list. At the end of the day, the goal is one-to-one personalization at scale, right? That you want every person on your list to feel seen and understood by the message you're sending to them, as if you were sending it to them one-to-one. That's truly that's what we're aiming for here. So that's why we show you these actual profiles. It's like, what would you write to Kelly? What would you write to Sue? And you can then you can scale that mentality, that strategy with these three AI features up here at the top: wow tags, branch content, and snippets, right here in the editor. So we're bringing data and content together so that you can personalize very effectively. Here also we show you what kind of data coverage you have on your list. If you're missing any data, or say you have some bespoke or custom web scraping that you'd like, some research you'd like to get on your contacts, you can just go into adding a new attribute here and enrich that just by describing what you are looking for. This could be name of their product. This could be examples of customers. It could be the name of their pricing plans. Anything that's publicly available, you can create attributes on the fly while composing. All right, next, let me show you branching. This is the segmentation feature. So with Singulate, you're able to segment on the fly by anything that comes to mind based on the data that you have. So you have a lot of strategy that you can leverage here. You can also skip anybody. So there's, for example, here we're targeting Marketo users. And if I open List Insights, I can see the number of contacts who have Marketo listed in technologies. And then for everyone else, we're just going to skip that part and preserve that precious real estate brevity in your message. Let me show you how branching works very fast. I can add a new audience here and just describe something like lives in California, for example. Singulate will think for a minute, and then it's going to name that cohort, tell me the percentage of the list that matches that cohort, 16%, 235 people, and the logic highlighted in blue with why these individuals are in this cohort. And then I can say something targeted to my Californians, right? Okay, then there's snippets. With snippets, this is a very powerful feature where you're able to turn on Singulate research. Here in the writing instructions, which is essentially a prompt, you can just describe what you want to be written here using the data on your Apollo data, and you can bring in additional research using Singulate research. You also have content to summarize here if you want to drop in, say, a report or all your case studies, or maybe you have some proprietary data and you want to highlight that to the contact. You could drop that in here, and then in your prompt, say, highlight the data point that's most relevant to the contact based on their job title, the job to be done, the pain point they're likely solving. If you're missing data on any contacts, you can leave that blank or have a fallback text. We usually recommend just leave that blank. The goal, we don't want to send anything generic to anybody, only what is truly relevant to them. And then you're able to see Singulate's agent working to research, following the writing instructions to generate a unique output for Tyler. And so what we're going to see here is a unique output. If this is good for Tyler, then we approve that, right? And that's going to train the model to do more like that and set that pattern of personalization. This is why we recommend an approval streak of 10. So you're really controlling and constraining that pattern of personalization to be effective at scale. So here we're going to see a summarized blog article or case study for this contact. And if that looks good, you, like I said, click approve. If it's off, you click change instructions, right? And then you're able to modify the prompt and control that pattern of personalization, make it sound really good for everybody. Okay, so those are snippets. you have wow tags. Wow tags is a simple feature. You're essentially able to clean up data on the fly or reformat. I've got one here. I'm also going to create one here just to show you. So let's say we have a wow tag and we want to use industry. But if we were to use this, and I see this all the time in emails where it's like, you're in the information technology and services industry, it's like, just call it tech, you know, or like you condense it to one word. So here's where you can take a token and transform it with a prompt, and we save your prompt so that's really fast. So here we're going to intelligently turn this token into something much more natural for our copy, so it doesn't stick out like a merge tag. And that is a wow tag. So you can do that with company names, job titles, big lists, unstructured data. You can turn numbers into words, turn date timestamps into, you know, natural dates. Then you click preview and you can see how the template stacks together for every person. And then when you're done, you hit review and generate, and this is going to send this template over to Instantly, which I have pulled up here. And Instantly, the lead list, the sequences, the campaign, everything gets automatically created when you export it to Instantly. Here you can see the Singulate custom variables dropped in through our API. And when you click preview, you can see the full message for different individuals before it goes out. You can send a test, and then you're able to append additional campaigns to build out your sequence in Instantly. And then when you're ready, you click schedule and choose your inboxes, as Instantly does a wonderful job of creating. And then you're able to hit launch on the campaign, and you'll see your analytics here in Instantly. Like I said, we get 20 plus demos a week with a fine-tuned, optimized strategy that uses Apollo for data and list building, Singulate for messaging, segmentation, and personalization, and Instantly for deliverability and analytics. All three are excellent platforms at what they do, and together form the future of an effective outbound strategy. So hope that was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. Happy to answer them. Drop me a DM or a comment. And thanks for watching.